Hey, I'm Andy. Today I'm going to be reacting to another FLEEKAZOID video. This one's titled AC Shadows is awful. Let's just say that. I'm not going to say those words because YouTube and YouTube. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's about AC Shadows. I assume he played it and not just a demo. Like I assume he just played it. And can't wait to see what he had to say. But yeah, from what I've seen people having fun with it. I personally won't play it unless if I have like a free copy through PS Plus or something like that. Like I said, I'm gonna play Dragon Age Veilguard after I finish the Plucky Squire. So because that was free on PS Plus, and I said I was gonna play it if I was free. So I will play it. I probably won't finish it, but this one's about AC Shadows. And based on the title, I guess he doesn't like it.
Yo, what's up, player? Sorry, I was just practicing my Japanese. Pimps, we did it. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a hit. Our stock.
I don't understand how they calculate that.
Practicing my Japanese. Pimps, we did it.
It says from this post in March, it says 2 million players, right? But does that count activations? Like program activations? Because it surely isn't counting sales, right? Unless if it counts the whatever their subscription was, like the $15 a month Ubisoft subscription model thing. I think that lets you download Assassin's Creed as well. So like, does that has to count as well? But I mean, if someone had, like, for example, if someone has technical issues with the game and they have to like launch it 5, 6, 7 times just to try and troubleshoot the error and try and fix it, does that count as 5, 6, 7 players because it launched that many times? Or is it just, I don't know how they calculate it, right? There's no, it just says they can just pick up any number, like without citing like how they got to that number. We got 2 million, even though we can extrapolate from Steam for at least for the people who bought it full price, right? So not counting console and all that stuff. So yeah.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is a hit. Our stock is zooming, so it's actually in the flea fold. Tell them we got another million players.
No, it's 3 million.
Make it 2 million more players. Fuck them, they can't prove anything. It works.
Exactly.
The stock is skyrocketing because that's what I do. Go get yourself a snail, Pierre. You earned it. You could also have a negative $2,000 raise. Eat shit and die. Hi, we're fleeking over the little guy, and our consultant division was hired a few years ago to help Ubisoft make Assassin's Creed Shadows the smash hit it is today. In fact, you're fired. The game was too successful. We can't afford you anymore. Which actually leads me to my next point. A disturbing amount of you seem to think that this major success will allow the 19,000 people working here to keep their jobs, and unfortunately,
19,000? Is that true?
Just not true. Notice how that number doesn't say number 1 in day 1 earnings? Well, that means we'll be laying off at least a couple thousand Frenchmen, and we'll be replacing them with several more sweatshops. And just as a little side note on all that sweatshop business, we are deeply disturbed that word got out about that. Why the hell do you think we hired?
There was what article was
we
that?
are deep
abuse. Like I was gonna say, like, didn't they? I wonder when this was recorded, because they recently moved this to Tencent, right? They moved the Assassin's Creed, I believe. They moved the Tom Clancy stuff, and I believe they moved the Rayman series. Was it? I know they moved one more franchise over to Tencent.
Deeply disturbed.
So,
that word got out about that.
Why
the
Tencent,
hell do you think we hired? Because
like
tuck them in at 5 o'clock and have an office wine cooler? We already tried that, and look at how that worked out for us. We got Frenchies starting a revolution every other goddamn day. You know what the nice thing is about sweatshops? They don't pay them enough to buy.
I'm sorry for pausing. I mean, I paused, so. Yeah,
cooler. We already tried that.
What was this? 700 plus Ubisoft France staff walk out on a 3-day strike in dispute over home working and pay. I feel when was this? 6 months ago. So this was after the quadruple A game came out. right? Oh, the Far Cry series. That was this franchise, but maybe put out something good, like not a flop. Like, did they capitulate? I wonder, because I don't pay attention to all this stuff unless it was like some certain YouTubers I watch cover it. But it's just like, why are you asking for more pay if the stuff you're putting out is worse than the stuff you put up previously, right? Like the quadruple A game that they advertise is so not quadruple A. I don't think it's even worth calling it like double A, but
how that worked out for us. We got Frenchies starting a revolution every other goddamn day. You know what the nice thing is about sweatshops? They don't pay them enough to buy picket signs. Allegedly, from what I hear, people say this, I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna middle with you. Thanks to the success of the game, Piendang is gonna get a 2-cent raise on the next one. Of course, that's gonna be monthly though, not daily. The rest of that profit goes to me. I have 3 ex-wives to feed. Speaking of which, you're also fired. My marriage was too successful. I'm getting a divorce. Your salary is gonna help me recoup my losses. Now, flashing back to my years when I was working on the game, my role as chief consultant of dumb fuckery was problem solving. The first problem I noticed, too many French people, so I said, hit the snail trail, Pepe's. Next order,
124.
Problem I noticed, too many French people, so I said, hit the snail.
To enhance collective efficiency, yeah, I would. 98 of those employees were based in Canada, but how much of their workforce was 124?
Trail Pepe.
Oh, it's just Sonic Valhalla Skull and Bones. And the Crew Motorfest, I honestly didn't find too many issues with it. It's not as great as Forza Horizon the series in my opinion, and since that's coming to PS5, there really is no reason to play the Crew Motorfest, honestly. I mean, that's just me personally. I just like the Forza Horizon series more than the Crew Motorfest, but I played it and it was alright.
Next order of business, we're making this one another RPG. Nothing says Assassin's Creed like walking into a base, everyone's within level range, but then you get to the target and he can one-shot you with a rock. This is fun, as long as you don't know what that word means or what it feels like. Now, on the point of hating our customers, in the Steam review of every Ubisoft game, people are always complaining about how we're forcing a second launcher on them, which is why we're gonna force a third.
Another launcher. Like I've seen those Steam reviews, and like while I understand it to a point, I'm just like, for me personally, it doesn't matter if it runs fine, right? Like I get the people not wanting to manage multiple launchers with their games and want to have it all on Steam. Like I get that, but me personally, I feel like there's bigger issues than just having a separate launcher.
Third launcher on them, fuck them. But it's only gonna be a launcher for all the shitty Assassin's Creed games. I want to make a clear line in the sand so that new players don't wander off to a better game that we haven't monetized out the ass. Did the Black Flag have shot the box? That's a great question, Pierre. I hope asking it was worth your life. Note to self, make the guy's ass bigger than Nawe's. Reminder, we are a
Wait, that's...
Your life.
Did they
Note
really?
To self, make the
So you got Yasuke, okay.
guy's ass bigger than Nawe.
Where is it? Frame? I'm going by frame, it's not working. Let's just go here.
Self, make the guy.
I mean, is it bigger just because his body mass is bigger?
His ass bigger than
That's arguable. That's
Always.
arguable.
Reminder, we are a forward-thinking company. Second reminder, settle that lawsuit for that time when we were a little too forward in our thinking. Hang on,
Maybe that's why it's arguable.
Why would you make the dude protagonist also Japanese? We already have a Japanese. Listen, I'll tell you what you're gonna do. Everyone's talking about how they love brotherhood, right? Well, why don't you put a brother in the hood? It'll be like Twins with Danny D. The fans are gonna love it. They did not. And whenever he fights, I want you to blast the loudest rap music you got, but not in a racist way. We here at Ubisoft are not racist. So in the least racist way you can, whenever Yasuke shows up on screen, I want you to be blasting that trap music as loud as you can. And I'm not talking yay. I'm talking straight up SoundCloud trap beats with a harp mixed in. I want this shit to sound like Lil Ricefield is just off camera with an Ensoniq ASR. And in the cutscenes, when everything should be all quiet and dramatic, I want you to play the weirdest shit you got.
That can't be real.
That doesn't fit the setting.
That can't be real, right? Also, like I've noticed that he isn't playing the music just because he might just get claimed for it. Because I've seen, I believe it was Dash Blue that streamed the game, and he apparently got claimed for the music. I don't know what specific music it was, but he said he claimed it was something from the game. So
the scene or anything, it's perfect.
That's
these
just
juices
wild.
are just flowing today. You go fire somebody. You go make something shinier. You go add 1 million players. God, I'm a genius. Now let's talk about the gameplay. We're gonna do a brand new take on the new system where we return to form by changing nothing. Can we all agree on this?
Okay.
All right, nice. We need to make these two characters feel distinct but equal, not in a racist way, which is why no ass Nawe will be great at everything except combat, and Yasuke will be a little bitch that can't even climb a rock. Unless you...
Didn't they say you can... What was it like? You can get through the game just by playing one of them, right? I mean, I guess FLEEKAZOID has to play both of them for the content, right?
You don't want him to climb a rock, then he'll be able to climb a fucking rock. I want this man to be like our Expert Plus difficulty, kind of like that Fractured But Whole difficulty system. Right around that 15-hour mark where you're getting bored of the repetitive gameplay loop, I want to cure that boredom by giving you even less gameplay options. You want a new mechanic? Pull out your credit card. Don't have the money? Find a country with flexible labor laws, start a sweatshop, and I'll give you some money. Also, that Spartan kick's been our crutch for the last 3 games, and it's getting old. That being said, we haven't had a new idea come out of this company in 10 years, and I wouldn't want to break the streak. So just make the kick send these rice farmers into the stars!
Is that real?
Listen, I got a tea time at 6. We really gotta... Let's just stop developing the combat halfway, alright? But Saul, this is a return to form. Shouldn't we have all these mechanics? You're not even speaking American anymore. Listen, we don't have to worry about putting in the other half of the gameplay because... it rains. Besides, people don't want flow. They don't want a unique identity. They want something that feels like nothing. And I don't...
You can change the seasons. Well, didn't you mention that before?
I mean, unique. I want to remind them of that empty void where their soul used to be, so they fill that void with cash shop items instead of combat. The old Power Fantasy combat made them feel big and strong. Sarah, look at me.
That looked fun.
I want them to feel small. And forget flow. Make it all stuttery. I want it stuttery as hell. I've got a nephew with a stutter. He can't say yes without making it a 10-syllable word. Use that as your inspiration. I'll send you a tape later. Speaking of no flow, let's talk about that stealth right now. I want that assassin.
Maybe they use that sample in the OST when Yasuke appears or something like that.
Assassination button to only work half the time. Half the time I want the prompt to assassinate in Assassin's Creed to either not assassinate or not show up at all. I want half the encounters to play out like this. Did I just catch you trying to assassinate shit? I want them to stand around with their dicks in their hands, waiting to assassinate in Assassin's Creed. You can assassinate
when Daddy Ubisoft says you can.
Well, so we at least add all these mechanics back from the original.
Enemies can come buildings. Functional assassination button. Lots of takedown variety. Chain takedowns, berserk darts, poison darts, smoke grenades that work. Dual assassinations independent of equipped weapon. That sounds like they'll put too much time into it. Social stealth, hiring, throwing money to draw a crowd that you can blend in. Okay, hidden blade. I really should play the first few ones. I think I played the first one for a bit. Not even for a bit, for like under an hour, but I really should play the original ones. So, standing closets you can hide in. Poison gas bombs, functional fist combat that doesn't feel like garbage, multi-person takedowns.
No, you don't understand. We let them lay down. They don't get anything else. Don't overthink this, guys. These people will buy anything. In 15 years, we'll be selling a JPEG called Assassin's Creed. Fuck you, give me your money, and these people would still pay us $90 for it.
I mean, he's not wrong. there will be a small amount of people that will buy that just because of brand loyalty. I mean, I'm willing to bet there's still going to be people buying the Nintendo stuff even when they announce their pricing. So, yeah.
Reminder: the poor core is feeling stiffer than.
I mean, I paused way too much, but to be fair, Nintendo does put out well-polished games. Not like this.
Our executives, when they get near the secretaries, add more flips to distract. Next thing, some guy came up to me the other day and told me we should make a great 12-hour game instead of 80 hours of pondering the rope, so I shot him. But don't worry, I shot him in the game, so it only did 10% of his health. Our games aren't meant to be enjoyed, they're meant to be endured. What are we gonna do, make a memorable short campaign, sell 5 million copies in the
space? Like, this one actually tells you that they sold this many copies, which I really should get soon, maybe when there's a sale. But this one tells you that they sold 4.5 million copies in just over a month. The Assassin's Creed one just tells you how many players there are, which, like I said, they don't tell you how they quantify that.
First month and immediately get a sequel like some fucking
Sequel?
showed? No! I want to lock
I don't know
all
how
your
long that's gonna
abilities
take.
behind 50 fetch quests.
Knowledge points are earned by doing orange missions. Orange missions are mostly fetch quests. Several hours of doing chores to get the rest of the game. Making this franchise an RPG has been a disaster for the human race. Also, it's more like 80 to unlock it all, if I had to take a guess. It's like they're trying to make an MMORPG into a single-player game, which... there's so many fetch quests in MMORPGs. Like, you can have an RPG and have interesting quests that aren't just... or you can have fetch quests that have depth to it. It's just not just like, here, grab 10 of these and bring it back. You can have some... I assume there's no variety in this, but...
And when you go to do that meditation quest as a break from all the fetch quests, I want it to trigger a flashback to that one time where you did a fetch quest. Eat a dick. No, not literally, Yasuke. Don't look at me like that. Stop that. I want to beat the fans down with monotony until they buy the Yasuke farting vent clouds bundle out of some confused idea that that'll bring them joy. Think about it like this. For just $20, you could help me furnish my yacht with high-end Dutch prostitutes. Every day that no one buys a microtransaction, one of our executive goes without a line of coke up his nose. Will you be our snow angel? Then just punch in your credit card and buy any one of these bundles. Speaking of people that need help, the enemy...
yeah.
AI programming has been slowly degrading for the last 10 years, and the dev team was asking earlier if they should spend any time
that's
fixing
wild.
it. So here's what I'm thinking.
You just
Fuck 'em,
crawl.
fuck 'em. All right, I'll lay them all off. That's what I thought. Sorry, those are just some associates of mine. I thought I put that on vibrate. All right, I had some ideas for the story. First off, my wife's had 100 rounds of Botox in our last 2 years of marriage. I haven't seen her emote in years. Use that as the inspiration for the facial animations. I'll send you a tape later.
But I can fight.
My pain is constant and sharp.
Actually, I'm already looking at a cutscene right now. I can't tell whether she's happy, sad, or needs to take a shit. You guys nailed it.
Like, with all the graphic fidelity that they have capable or doing, that's the best that they can do. And like we have games like, I don't know, like Stellar Blade. Like, even the guy characters in there look better than this.
Forget what I said. Second, with the GDP of Bosnia invested into this game already, I think the voice acting is where we need to start pinching our pennies in our story-focused game. Have any of you ever heard of AI? It's like a digital robot sweatshop.
They
It's
use
brilliant.
AI
Future
voices?
Fleek here. Now, I can't say whether or not we used the AI, but I will say the end result was indistinguishable from a high-end actor such as Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. Check this out.
Karate, judo, sumo, samurai.
Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Subaru.
Sorry, my bad. I had immersive mode on. I turned it off. Here you go.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a
Wait, is that-
storm.
Now, on a real note,
What?
I want you guys to get your
If that's real, that's terrible. That's like something you would expect from like Yasuke Simulator.
lawyers ready to sue anyone that harasses UB.
Ubisoft was probably enlisted a team of large 2 players who are harassed the developers. The question of what the studio means by harassment remains unanswered.
Ubisoft employees. I want the whole world to know that the only people who can harass Ubisoft employees is Ubisoft.
Yeah. Former Ubisoft execs go on trial over toxic workplace as the union calls for CEO to be tried for complicity. Yeah.
Please, everyone, the applause is really
I probably said that wrong.
I'm but a humble man of the people, the higher tax bracket people. I put on my Prada slippers, one Sudanese leather monk strap at a time, all right? And that's how I made this game the success that it is today. AC Shadows is such a success that our 18,000 employee company just got cucked by a game developed by one man named Tyler.
Yeah, that's wild though. Like, if you count, I don't know about like these numbers right here, but at the time I checked, Schedule 1 was on sale as like a launch sale for $15, and if you did the math, counting the all-time peaks, assuming Assassin's Creed Shadows, assuming each one paid just the $70 one, not like the special edition. If every one of these just paid for the base game, then Schedule 1 with their $15 and their higher player count made more money than Assassin's Creed Shadows. And like this isn't even taking account to how like they have to use that money to like if they were to use that money to split between like the developers and all this stuff. Like this is just one person for Schedule 1, so all that money is going to them and Valve. Like they take their cut too. But yeah, for Assassin's Creed Shadows, yeah, it's just wild that Schedule 1 made that much more money. I think it was like $1 million more. I mean, my math's probably off, but they Schedule 1 made more money than Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is wild.
By a game developed by one man named Tyler. It's such a success that people can't even run Monster Hunter Wilds, and they're still buying it more than Assassin's Creed.
If you're wondering where AC Shadows is, not a top 10. So should I play Schedule 1? Yeah, it seems like it's not on sale anymore, so I mean there's that, but it does seem interesting. So we got Counter-Strike 2, the Steam Deck, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, Repost sounds fun. My friends our schedules don't align, so yeah. Marvel Rivals, Monster Hunter Wilds, Inzoi. I can't wait till they add more stuff in this because it's still in early access. So we got American Truck Simulator and Call of Duty.
Shadows. It's such a success. We just shuttered another studio. It's such a success.
Oh yeah, that's what he did mention it. Okay.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's such a success. We just shut.
Ubisoft Leamington officially closes. Layoffs accelerate and Tencent restructuring looms. So yeah, they got this Assassin's Creed, the Tom Clancy stuff, and I know I said another one. The Far Cry stuff. I think they got the Far Cry stuff. But
another studio. It's such a success that we just became 10 cents bitch. It's such a success that our
that actually says it.
It's such a success that we just became.
So Assassin's Creed, Far Cry. Oh, just those 3. Okay.
10 cents bitch. It's such a success that our stock's hitting 5-year lows. So eat a dick, chuds. Wait until you see how successful we are after Assassin's Creed Crazy Cat Lady drops. Maybe strong feminine energy can take us to new heights.
No.
Right here, Jaw. I swear to God, if you don't give this game a... Oh, you're doing it again. He's running it back. I mean,
gotta give it to him. You can go pretty far with that.
Oh, I went to the corner. I won.
Sunk it. That's depressing. Like I said, I'll play it if it ever comes to a subscription service like Game Pass or PS Plus. I'll play it, but I'm not paying $70 for it. That's what I'm not gonna pay the Ubisoft subscription as well. I'm not paying that. But yeah, that's AC Shadows. But I went on for way too long. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.